And hello, and welcome back to Few and Far Between. I'm excited to bring you a brand new tale adventure in the world of Exandria. My name is Ron Murphy, Dungeon Master, and around the virtual table we have.
Hey everybody, this is Bill, and I play Orgoth Skullcrusher.
Hey everybody, this is Jaiden playing Laphus.
Hi guys, I'm Mira and I'm playing Voka.
And we are Northless today. I think North Jaime has company and have a wonderful. I don't know if she's going to listen to this, but we'll find out. Anyway,
We're
anything we need?
missing we're missing a whole point on the compass.
Yeah,
We won't know where to go.
they're lost. We're just lost. Um, anything we need to talk about before we start dive right in?
I just want to throw a shout out when we start to the badass that is Cory Booker. If
Yes. Oh
you
my
are not
God.
familiar, and this just 25-hour filibuster on the
Oh
floor.
yeah, I saw that. I saw
I
that.
And
mean,
he can't leave. Like he can't go to the bathroom or anything. He was up
nope.
there for 24 hours and stuck
And
there.
and
Yeah.
I love
Let's
it is extra important, I think, at least for me, and
Mhm.
hopefully this is okay for everybody else here, but I think it is. The record he broke was previously held by Strom Thurmond, who filibustered against civil rights. So I think it is like incredible that Cory Booker,
Yeah.
coming out on it, at least in my side of the world, the right side of history, with a just amazing, amazing effort and statement, and
Yes.
I just blown away.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was like, yes. Um, anything else?
Can't wait for the Nintendo GameCube to come out on the Switch too.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know that the old Switch hardware can run that GameCube stuff. You just know it. They're just like using it as a
Yeah, it's
perk.
it's the fucking GameCube. Yeah, of course you can.
I fucking love the game. I'm not gonna lie, GameCube trumps over
Oh
Switch,
yeah.
Switch 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't get
Yeah.
any better than the GameCube.
I was
Truth.
playing, I was playing Animal Crossing like on the GameCube, right when it first came
Mhm.
out, and I was so invested in it, and my partner at the time was so invested in it. We ended up buying two GameCubes so we could both be playing our Animal Crossings at the same time, and then got the whatever the handheld was at the time, so we could get the cards to scan. Oh my
Oh
God,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Game
that.
Boy Advance, I think it was.
Hmm.
Yeah,
They
that
still
that game
sell.
sold so many boxes, and I loved GameCube
I see
so
those
hard.
Animal Crossing cards show up at McKay's or used bookstore all the time. It's like packs of them.
Amazing.
Uh, well, if everyone is ready, let's begin today's episode of Few and Far Between, episode 117, Assembly Required. So last time, North, Voka, and Laphus were on their way to visit the lighthouse dedicated to the Wild Mother when you were accosted by two drunken sailors. Voka and North accosted them right back, pickpocketing the taller one, as Laphus sensed a large amount of necrotic energy coming from the bay. A skeletal say it for me.
Plesiosaur.
Plesiosaur, who allowed you to ride underwater. Voka and North fooled the sailors in meeting them later, getting them to signal you with chicken calls out of their window. Later, Voka met the keeper of the lighthouse, a priestess by the name of Arvorin Laurel. She invited you for tea, and at the bottom of your cup, you noticed a pattern in your tea leaves in the shape of a furbolg. Later, as the three of you left the lighthouse, the two sailors confronted you, accusing you of thievery. But as you continued to flim-flam them, Orgoth, can you remove your headphones for this part?
Yes.
Yes, we'll signal you back in a second. Um, a strange red larval-like creature burrowed out of the tall sailor's chest, killing him. The short sailor fled as he called for the Zalazzo. The three of you slipped into the shadows, leaving the dead slawed tadpole on top of the sailor's body. You observed from a distance, except for Laphus, who left, and watched this short sailor give descriptions of Orgoth, some of your magical disguises, and Laphus. And from here, let's go back in time and go to Orgoth. So let me see if I get Bill's attention. Bill, look at me. Bill, look at me. Yay! You can see we're back. We're back. We're back.
All right.
Yay! Awesome.
Put them in the right ears though. I'm like Mr. Spock with like backwards ears. Okay, there we go.
Boop, boop. So let's go back in time a little bit. So Current time for the three of you is the next morning. So we're going to go back to the previous night. You had walked upon this tower, this tall, like gleaming kind of white silver tower that goes up about 3 stories, and at the base of it is kind of open like an archway. It's empty on the inside. You see sitting there an elderly drow woman, long white hair, just sitting there, and she looks at you, and it's like, you look like someone I know. You wouldn't happen to be from Jagao, would you?
I am from Chagao, actually.
I think I might have known your father.
Uh, really?
Yes. Welcome to the shrine to Eilistraee.
Oh, Eilistraee. Oh, I've heard it as like Eilistraee, but Eilistraee. Okay.
Eilistraee. This is Ron messing this up. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not looking at it
Right.
right now. Um, Eilistraee. I was practicing this earlier. Eilistraee. Eilistraee. Eilistraee.
Eilistraee.
Eilistraee.
Eilistraee.
Yes.
Okay, so Eilistraee. I'm not gonna get it right either. I mean, like I'm learning some. I kind of know some Elvish
This
and stuff
this
now,
is a
but it's
translation from the Drow. So it's hard to bring it into the common language. The emphasis is
oh,
on the other
of course.
syllables. So, um, who was your father?
So interesting story. I don't actually really know him. He left before I really got a chance to be aware enough to have met him. Uh, but and I've been trying to find out more about him, so I don't actually really know my father.
Oh, I almost that is sad. If you would happen to know the name Kalinlak Vroon.
Uh, has Orgoth known
You
that
do
name?
not. You do not.
I excuse me. I don't know. I don't know that name.
Um,
I'm sorry. Is that who you think my father is?
I, in the distance past, I traveled with a drow gentleman um, named Colin Lockvroon. He looked a lot like you.
Um, was he?
And he settled in Jagao after our travels. We traveled for quite some time. She looks a little kind of wary. She's like you don't.
Did he? Do you know if he met anyone special there, or
Uh,
like how
it is a
when he
long
settled there?
story, like centuries before he settled in Jagao. I
Oh,
I was traveled with him. I knew him for a very long time, and she looks at your armor, and her eyes get
um,
big,
I mean,
like she
and I
recognizes
think
you.
he notices that
Yeah.
she's looking at his armor. Well, he left me this armor as a gift for when I came of age. That's what
Oh,
my mama told me.
my name is Argenta. Would you like to come inside and perhaps have some tea with me? Perhaps we can talk.
And Orgoth will put his hand out to her and says,
Mhm.
"My name is Orgoth Skullcrusher. It is very nice to meet you."
And she holds your hand, and it's like she has like no, like it's just completely frail. This is an ancient woman, like even for
Yeah,
drow standards. And you just like very fragile in your hand.
yeah. And he'll kind of put a hand out to take her elbow and help her up and like, I would very much like to have some tea with you, Argenta. That sounds
Oh,
very nice.
please come in. I we can talk here in the shrine. Um, I live next door, and she points to this basically thatch roof hut that's like
Mhm.
you see it has just holes in the roof. It's barely standing up. Let me get my kettle. I'll bring a tea placement. Please make yourself at home.
Okay. Sure. Do you need help? I can carry the
Uh,
tray or.
um, I can serve tea. No problem at
Oh,
all. You just
right.
rest. And she points, and
Okay.
inside the shrine there are no chairs. Like there's a chair outside, but inside this little open area, and you see up into the tower. It just kind of like goes inside, all the way up to the top to a point, and every step you step in there just kind of echoes, and it's like just you can almost hear the outside world just completely fade away. It's a very peaceful place. There at the on the floor is a table, and there are two cushions on the ground.
Uh, Orgoth will go and sit at the cushion that. Well, I don't know how they're aligned. If one of
Yeah,
them
one
faces the
across from.
entrance,
Yeah, definitely yes.
yeah, then I'll sit in the one that faces the entrance.
Okay. She comes back after about 10 minutes, and I'd like you to make actually make a religion check for me.
Religion. That's a 16.
Nice. Okay. Um, like as you're listening to like the sounds of your breathing seems to just activate the shrine. Like you can just hear like every breath, every motion, every bump just seems to like an overactive mic on a podcast.
Mhm.
The it's just kind of like whoa, and you can kind of hear distant voices as you're sitting there in the silence.
I'm going to try to focus on the voices
Okay.
to see if I can discern anything. Or
Make
if it's, is it,
make a
you know,
perception check. Make a perception check based on hearing.
okay. That is a 15.
15. You think you hear the word maiden? You hear the word moon. You hear the moon. You hear music, like distant music.
Hmm.
And then suddenly the woman comes back, and her voice kind of interrupts everything because you had to be like completely still to be able to focus on it. And she comes back, and she's like slowly shuffling her feet, and she has a tray with 2 cups and a kettle on it and sets it on the table. And spryly for her age, she sits down on the cushion and pours you a cup.
Yeah, thank you, grandmother. That is very thoughtful. Um,
I might appear old, but I am no grandmother, please.
I meant it as a term of respect.
Oh,
Of course,
of
not.
course, of course. She kind of looks at you like with like staring eyes, like she's trying to gaze into your soul. Um, she says, "Do you want to hear my story?"
Uh, yes, very much so.
In the past, centuries ago, I traveled with who I assume is your father. When I met him, he was a follower of Lolth, living beneath the surface. I could see the strength in his heart, though, and over many weeks, we got to know one another. became friends. I convinced him to leave the caverns and renounce the cruelty of the Spider Queen. And apparently, I may have convinced him too much because he took a highly valued item from the clerics there. One that was said to be the key to Lolth's return to Exandria. A chest plate. And she puts a finger out and points at your armor. That chest plate.
Uh, okay. Um, so, wow. Okay. That there's been an awful lot that I've um gone through where I thought that I was maybe a chosen one of Lolth because when we were adventuring, we met some Driders and they saw the armor and they said, "Oh, that's the armor of Lolth's chosen." And I thought maybe that meant me. And then I went through a bunch of really bad stuff. And all of my traveling companions told me like, look, you're no chosen one, you dumb kid. And so I kind of figured out that maybe I really wasn't, but I was being influenced in some way, and that so I realized that it really wasn't Lolth that I was following, but maybe Lolth was. Wow, that makes a lot more sense if this breastplate holds a key to Lolth's return, that Lolth might be trying to get me to do her bidding, but make me think I'm actually the important one to make it happen.
She reaches
Oh,
out and puts
wow.
her hand on yours, frail, and says, "You obviously have been through much." She says, "We, together, we fled to the surface, and we were pursued by Lolth's minions, forever running, forever on the run. We spent decades together. We hid to keep it safe and away from the Spider Queen. Eventually, the pursuit stopped. And for one reason or the other, I don't know why. Perhaps their goals changed. But for one reason or the other, we, as elves do, decided to part ways. And your father, Kalanlock, settled down in Jigao, and I visited him from time to time. It has been a little time ago. I think the last time I met him, he had met an orcish woman he was considering marrying.
Yeah, well, yeah, that'd be my mama because she married a drow, but she could never tell me his name, and because I think she was under some, I don't know, some spell or something that kept her from it. Um, I
Perhaps a
think
trick
she
of the
found
armor.
some. Oh, well, maybe that's why she could tell me more once I was gone for a while. But she told me that he was a champion of Eilistraee. Is that did
Make
he?
make an insight check.
Okay. Oh, we'll make an insight check. Insight. That's a 12.
When you say that, she gives the slightest of smiles. almost in remembrance of it, of thinking about him.
Um.
The last
So
time
he was. He was a good guy, though. Eventually, it sounds like.
he was the best. Once I convinced him to let the Queen's influence bother him no more.
I think. I think I got really close. No, I think I definitely got influenced. I but I had people that helped me, like you helped him. It sounds like
It is always
to
good to
step
have
away from that.
friends. Friends are important.
He left me the armor, but then there was this other drow that brought me these, and he points to the ribbons.
They
And
they've always been there. When I was traveling with him, the ribbons were there.
well, when I got the armor, they weren't. But then there was a drow who was living in a hidden city under the earth somewhere, and he wanted to escape with his family from there. And he brought me these ribbons and said that this was the armor of the protector of that city. And so I said I would protect the city. And I guess I did that by sealing off the way he got in, or at least making sure he couldn't do it again. But his granddaughter's been here, so at least she knows how to do it. Is that the city he was from? Is that the where he lived when he was?
I know nothing about this underground city. I only know of the caverns where he was from.
Well, at some point, I guess the ribbons were separated from the armor. I think, he said. I think Parker said it was in a museum.
She looks like she is
I don't
confused.
know.
Yeah.
Okay, but what else can you tell me about him? Is he still alive?
As I've returned to Jagao and talked to your mother while she was pregnant with you, I believe. If what you say is true. She said that he had disappeared. He she woke up one morning and he was gone, had left the armor behind.
That's what she said to me too. At least I have a name now. I never even knew his name.
It is interesting how perhaps that is how um, the armor, the way that the Spider Queen has been trying to affect those who are around the armor more subtly and through subterfuge, which is her ways.
So what? So did he become a how does Eilistraee fit into all this then? I mean, you're here in a shrine to her, but I've heard that she wasn't a god, that she was a
It's
warrior
this is
that
no
traveled the
this is
lands.
shrines have another meaning. This is a memorial. Eilistraee was a simple woman who traveled the continent. She was, it is said, a daughter of Lolth before Lolth was known by that name. And that
Okay, so then I have a really important question. I'm so sorry to interrupt, Grandma, but what like a for real daughter or like a metaphorical daughter? Because I've had this conversation and I like Lolth before she was Lolth, I guess, was
the
her
stories
actual mama.
the stories I have heard is that she was an actual Lolth was actually her mother. Apparently her name before she was changed it to Lolth. Her mother's name was Roshni. Roshni.
Oh, Rashni. Ah, Rashni. Got it. Okay. Oh, wow. I've been trying to find out a lot of these things, and I hear the stories about Eilistraee and being this drow that wandered the lands of Zorhas and hundreds of years ago and lived among the people and was kind and well thought of, and that she chose no god to follow. And then I've heard kind of, I don't know, rumors or ideas about the connection with Lolth, but this is so many things kind of make more sense now. Um,
I met her once, long time ago, beneath the ground. She told me of her story, how she discarded her mantle of godhood, choosing instead to walk among the people and to right her mother's wrongs. I listened to her stories and took up her beliefs, and I've spent my life spreading her word. Though she would not want to be celebrated like that. I've had this memorial built in her honor with the last of my money, and I will die here on the shores of this fish stinking city.
wow. Um, I I feel really, um, really torn. The reason I have this armor and was that it was a gift, and if what you're telling me is true, and I guess I have to believe it. Um,
You are the. Perhaps you have taken up the duty of protecting the armor from those who desire it.
but it's also supposed to be used to protect the city. That's what
I
I
know
was told, and
nothing of
but it's
this.
also supposed to be the key to bring Lolth back, to bring a betrayer god back to Exandria. Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna say from my dealings with Lolth, I think some, and I don't know if it's directly from Lolth or part of Eilistraee or by heritage or something. I mean, there's things that I can do and understand, and some of it's the armor, and I think some of it's not the armor. Um, but she's bad. She didn't end up bringing me anything I thought she would.
She is a
So,
queen of lies. and literally a betrayer. When she lived in Arvindor, she allowed evil into that holy place, and she betrayed those who lived there and was exiled from that plane of existence.
Okay. Yeah. Um, I will. I will not. I will not. I will not be listening to anything that I think is from her again. That got made really clear.
That is wise, Orgoth.
Um. Uh. And uh. I. I would just love to know more about my father and Eilistraee. And I think Orgoth, as long as he would get her to talk,
She will tell
Right,
stories,
about-
like simple stories of how they would like eat a certain meal over like as talking. Like she would like sit there with you for hours talking. And at one point she looks over and sees your silver spear and kind of looks at it and is like, where did you get such a weapon?
Well, this is a spear that was used by uh this great warrior named Elixion,
Oh,
and uh he gave it to me so I could use it to do good stuff, I think.
she stands up. May I see it?
Okay.
like he's gonna say yes, but he's really watching her super carefully now, and he'll
Okay.
hand it up
She
to her.
takes the spear and holds it and looks at it and kind of just runs her hand down. And she falls silent for about 30 seconds. And you can kind of hear that sound start to build around you and up through the spire. And she holds it up, and suddenly it starts floating into the air. And it floats all the way up to the top of the spire.
Uh, uh,
There's a flash of light, and then it returns. And she holds it to you. Use this to protect the armor. To protect your lives. The lives of you and your friends. Evil will be coming for you, as long as you wear the armor. It still has the same properties, but it is now a +2 weapon.
Oh, damn. He'll put it back where it goes, and he's like,
I thought you said that they gave up. You'd think they're not.
I believe that the drow who were tasked with finding the armor gave up, or something happened to them. We went decades without any trouble. It was quite boring, actually. But Lolth will never give up.
Names? Do you know the names of any of them?
Any of who?
The ones that came after the armor.
Early, when it first started, Kalanok knew the people, were friends with the people who chased us. And she rattles off some names, which I will give to you later.
and he asks,
Were any of them named Nevermore?
I believe not. No.
Okay.
Unusual name for a drow.
That's the name that they gave me. he's the one that contacted me and brought me the ribbons.
Interesting.
Okay.
I know the armor is as old as the calamity itself, forged in the fires of that war. And then she kind of wanders off, like trails off and starts telling you more stories about your dad. And like it's hours.
Yeah.
And make a perception check.
Yeah, here we go. There's a good old Orgoth perception check.
Okay.
How's an 8 do for you?
Suddenly you're talking and you're kind of like getting a little sleepy. And this area that's in you notice it too late. The holiness, the sound around you in the spire seems to suddenly kind of get kind of twisted out of shape. And suddenly there's a hand on your shoulder. And you see a guard, a Zalazo, and you see 4 more Zalazo outside, and it's like, sir, we need to speak with you. There's been some disturbance, and you were described as being at the scene of the crime.
When did this crime take place?
Just a few, an hour or two ago. It is very important that you come with me so that we can question you
So I've been here for several
can.
hours having tea with this lovely woman, trading stories.
I can vouch for him, she says. Argenta says. And the man says, be that as it may, we can clear this up in some matter of time if you just come with me. Your specific look was described quite well, and you are the man we are.
I don't want to say that maybe I'm being profiled here, right? Like, what is this description that you've had? What, some like darker skinned orcish gentleman, or like what is this? Because I can tell you right now, it's not true. I've been here for several hours.
This short sailor man comes over, like he motions, and the short sailor's like, "It's like, is this the man that you saw?" Yeah, that's him. That's him. I saw him. He was there. He was there when right before our my friend's money disappeared, and then later, the whole problem with the, you know, it's like, don't, please be quiet. Don't. We need to talk and ask you some questions.
Have I
sir.
ever seen this short sailor man before?
Not at all.
Right. I'm gonna be like, all right, so this is complete bullshit. I've never
Stop
seen
resisting.
that little guy.
Sir, if you come with me, then we can leave Argenta alone with her tea, and perhaps we can return you to your conversation quickly. But I do need you to come with me.
Does Orgoth know? Is this the law? Like, who are these guys to him? What knowledge does he have of who this person is?
They're kind of like this. They're dressed because the Zalazo have sort of a tropical kind of gear. Like they have light armor.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure he's just asking, do they look like they have authority?
Yeah, do they have any authority?
Yeah,
or are they just like guys that are like, come with me?
No. The Zalazo are, like, in all the cities you've been in, have been the people who, they have uniforms. They are the the city watch for every town that you've been in, including Port Damali.
Okay. How many are there?
4 plus the sailor. You smell slightly of fishy, like a kind of a strong fish smell,
right?
Like ale on his breath. But
all right, so look, I'm gonna need all your names and all your identification numbers because this is just wrong. But I
we shall give you our names. Just come with us. We can clear this up very quickly. And you
Where do we have to go to clear this up? Like, why can't we clear it up
can
right
go
here?
to the guard tower at the city wall. It's just over there.
Okay, that's great. I kind of don't care where it is. Like, why do we need to go anywhere? Why can't we clear it up right here? I've been here the whole time with a witness. You've got, Shorty Fishface over here saying that I like did something bad. Like, that's the guy. Where are we going to that you're going to be able to discern which one of us is telling the truth?
We would like for this conversation to be somewhere where we will feel safe, and you will feel safe.
I feel perfectly safe.
You are not under arrest, sir. We just need to ask.
I'm gonna
you some
insight
questions.
check this guy.
Okay, make an insight check.
I do
yeah.
not trust
I
this.
feel like
at
Orgoth is the
all.
type of person that if somebody actually is trying to get him arrested, he's like, no, and then like even if he
100%.
actually did something bad, he would still act as though he didn't.
I'm loving Mira's
Right.
face right now too, so this is real funny to me.
I rolled an 18 on my insight check.
He's telling the truth. Like he's being very like, this is for the guard, right? This is the one you're kind of
Mhm,
insight
mhm.
checking. The guard.
I know the other guy's lying. I don't have to insight check him.
He says,
That's what you think.
I just want to know if this is this actually a guard? Is he
well,
or is this some baloney to just
let's
get me
some
out of here?
information from you, sir. What is your name?
I don't have to give you no.
I immediately flashed to every YouTube short I've ever seen. I don't have to give you my name. Am I being detained? Am I like
The only times I ever hear that are super entitled white teenagers.
I'm a sovereign domain, son of a bitch. I'm a sovereign domain.
That's right. I'm a sovereign citizen of Exandria. I do not have to give you my information.
yeah, so he says,
Well, why don't you ask this guy who claims he knows who I am and took stuff or whatever he just said?
He like the guy starts to talk and he's like babbling. He goes, this man was with the funny lady with the really like she wasn't wearing anything and she had purple skin and horns and a really pretty golden chain, and she was with these two other people, no, one other person, and she describes what was North masking as summer, like North in summer. Yeah.
So totally not with those people an hour ago, I'll tell you that. Like, I've been here the whole time. I don't know
What is your
what
business?
this guy's selling you.
What is your business here in Nicodranus, sir?
We are passing through Nicodranus. We thought we might stay in a nice place and not have to sleep on the road for a night. Boy, that feels like a huge mistake right now. Like, because, I don't know, I'd heard Nicodranus was a pretty nice place. But it seems like it might just be filled with liars trying to get people in trouble. And he looks right at and I want to intimidate that little dude.
Make an intimidation
as I
check.
say that.
Okay.
Fucker.
Make it an advantage because he's like the stuff he's
good.
gone through. He's already kind of intimidated anyway, so
That is a 26, Ron.
he is fucking just like scared. He actually goes behind one of the bigger guards. Make a perception check.
And when I see him do that, I'm like,
Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Tell them the truth.
I am telling the truth. It was that guy. And my friend's dead now, and I don't know what's going on because things are strange. And I was asked the cuckoo, the cluck out a window, and there was this pretty woman with red, beautiful, like dress. It was like she was hot. She was hot.
and as he's saying this, I'm just gonna look at the guard, and I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna give him like, come on, look, like this guy is obviously off his nut. Like that's the energy I want to give this guy.
Did I have you make the insight check? I mean, the perception check yet?
Well, at the very, very beginning.
Yes.
To see if I knew when they showed up.
Okay, well, make another perception check.
That one's much better. That is a 23.
Okay. Behind them, off to the side, you're just now noticing them because they've made themselves a little more present in the situation. You see a red-robed orcish man that you are very familiar with. And he's
Oh.
wearing Cerberus Assembly robes. And this is Korgal. And the last time you saw him was at Ank'Harel.
Right.
And he kind of like is like staying back and watching and listening. Sir, if you have any friends here that we can vouch for you besides Miss Argenta here, we just need to trace your whereabouts and get their stories as well. Do any of these people that he's described sound familiar to you?
He's going to be like, what does it matter if I was here with people a week ago, 10 hours ago, a year ago? You're asking where I've been in the last 2 hours, and I have been here. And this woman, you obviously know, is vouching for the fact that I've been here. Do you think she's lying to you as well?
I do not think Miss Argenta is lying. However, I have a series of laws I have to follow to find the truth. Very well, she says finally. We shall place a guard here. Will you remain here while we try to find the rest of the people that this man... What was his name? His name was, what, Terry Kyle? That was like a weird...
Yeah.
Mr. Terry Kyle supposedly saw. Perhaps we can find the others that you saw. Will you remain here?
So, am I being held? Am I a prisoner?
You are being...
Or are you...
You are being asked to stay here while we try to find out what happened. Argenta can keep you company. And we'll just put a guard here so that no one bothers you and you don't bother anyone else. Please don't leave.
And he just sits back down.
Okay. Argenta goes back to her hut, brings out another pot, a fresh pot of tea, and some fruits and lots of nuts, elven food, and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna wait until there's. Oh, Laphus isn't here. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna wait. We'll wait for it to come back.
I'm gonna. Yeah, but I'm gonna. I'll wait.
This is late. This is late at night, like late, almost morning.
Okay.
Almost morning. So.
Okay. The first opportunity that I have, when the guard is not paying close attention.
Got it. Okay.
I'm going to take hold of our group chat, Stone, and message Laphus.
Okay.
I should probably wait till Laphus
is
actually back. Because timing. It's all about timing. Timing!
Yeah. Well, also, like a few hours ago, you do remember hearing somebody like clucking like a chicken. It kind of echoed through the streets. It was probably in the distance a little bit, but...
Okay. Because I just think he would message Laphus because it's Cerberus Assembly.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
Right.
I had you...
Her or North.
Yeah, I had you messaging North.
Bill knows Jaime's not here.
Yeah.
I'm going to message the player that is.
Okay, sounds good to me. She sits down and sits back down and kind of just like slowly eating the elven food, the elven bread. Like it's almost like this stuff is really good. The bread, well made. There's obviously not a stove or an oven inside, but this is like this elven food. Like it's...
I kind of ask her, like, as we're chatting, I ask her like how long she's lived here. You know, I kind of want to get a feel of a feel for the city or whatnot.
Yeah.
And then at some point when she gives me like some of the food,
Yeah.
I'm going to thank her in Elvish.
She kind of raises an eyebrow. And it's like, who taught you that?
And he says in Elvish, he says,
Uh, remember when I talked about receiving gifts? One of those has been to understand the language of the elves.
Mhm. She kind of like nods. Orgoth, you see outside that there's two guards, but also kind of like in
Right.
the perimeter, you see Korgal, the Cerberus Assembly Mage, kind of pacing in the street outside.
Okay. So I'm going to like, maybe under the guise of like I've knocked something over. I'll make it
Yeah.
so I'm kind of out of eye shot and earshot as best. I'm going to grab the sending stone and message Laphus. Be like,
Laphus, Korgal from the Cerberus Assembly is here. The city guard is questioning me about some short fish smelling guy clucking like a chicken and stuff.
that's my 25 words.
And she's just it's gonna take her like maybe 5 minutes until Orgoth hears anything back. And he's just going to hear, I don't care. I don't know who you're talking about. And that's it. Like, she doesn't care about Korgal, and she doesn't know who the fuck he's talking about. Because she passed by many a people that day that smelled like fish.
And then he's gonna be like, "Oh, okay." Did we give Voka? Well, we can't.
No.
Do we give? No, she doesn't have one. Oh fuck. He'd have to
Jaime,
message.
North is currently okay. This is what North is doing the entire time. North is just in the background arguing with Ophiuchus, and you just like talking da 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 da. So North is standing next to Voka.
Okay. Well, I'm
Okay.
gonna message North then and be like,
North,
do I know where I am? I guess I do,
You
right?
do, yeah. You're actually like in. I
Yeah.
placed you where the
Yeah, I
shrine-
see.
Yeah.
Like, so I'll say,
North, Cerberus Assembly here. City guard questioning me. Theft? Chicken sounds? What happened? Described Voka's red-headed self. Eilistraee shrine.
that's what I'm gonna say. It's 25 words. He's trying to get a lot in, and he's free. He's a little freaked out that Laphus is like, "Oh, yep, whatever, don't care." Like, shit. He
messaged the wrong person first.
North repeats that to Voka.
Like, you go deal with it. I'm arguing with a sword. And Voka just like taps his fingers together. He looks down and he thinks for a second, and his eyes widen, and then they like narrow, and then he sighs. And he's like, "Oh no! If it isn't the consequences of my actions, I'll go." You argue with that sword, and is Laphus in this room?
No, she's
back at the stable.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
You know she's at the stables, but yeah.
I'll go get him. I'll you argue with that sword. I'll go get him. And he just scoots out of there. He has no reason to disguise himself now, but
Yeah,
he's just gonna hop out and down the stairs and out the door.
Okay. It's actually you can ask a couple of people like where the Eilistraee shrine
Yeah,
is.
he is. He's
Yeah.
like
It's
taking
a
instructions.
tall silver tower that's actually just a block away to the northwest. that there's an inn. The inn is called, what is that? The Withered Bird Inn is where North and Voka's tokens are on the map. Here, I'm just gonna go to the map real quick. Battle layout.
Right here.
Yeah.
Let me open Roll20. I should have had that
Yeah.
open and ready.
But yeah, he's just the shrine. You see like this tall 3-story kind of metallic, almost white silver, tall spire. It's
And does he walk in and see Orgoth or like around?
Well, you walk over and it's basically an open area. There's like a battered straw thatch hut next to it that's seen better days, and he's like inside with this elderly drow woman, and there's 2 guards, and you see, because he doesn't know you, has Korgal met Voka? Korgal has not met Voka, so Korgal does not hide. So you see this,
Nope.
And you wouldn't know what a service assembly person was, I
No.
don't think. So he does not hide. So he's like kind of just pacing. You see this obvious mage pacing.
He's gonna
across
take
the
note
street.
of that,
Yeah.
and inevitably think it's kind of weird.
And you see
But
Orgoth
he's-
sitting, and there's like a spread of food and nuts and berries and fruit and bread, and in between them on
And-
this table on the ground.
Voka is gonna kind of like walk up to the guards and like give it like a, hey.
Can we help you?
Oh, I'm actually here for that guy.
Do you know what's his name?
Orgoth.
Oh, hey, how's it going, pal?
Hi.
Come on in. They can't keep you out of here because it's a public place.
Ah!
Just
Please come in. She actually reaches underneath the table and pulls out another cushion and puts it on the ground. You see, they're sitting on the ground on cushions.
Okay.
The guard is like, "You're not under arrest, sir. We're just told to keep you here."
right. Yeah,
That
I'm not
sounds-
under arrest, but I can't leave. Yeah, I get how
That's-
that works.
This does kind of sound like he's being held.
He is under suspicion because
We haven't seen him all day, so I think you have the wrong orc.
his description he's not here. So we have a member, a trusted member of the naval workers of Nicodranus, who has identified this man as being
Well-
around when his friends, and there was a murder by one of many. The guy's getting frustrated. One of
Okay,
many
no.
over the past several days.
I will stop you right there. I was there when that man died, and I will tell you no one murdered that man. A thing popped out of his chest.
We know the
You have a parasite problem. Don't put that on us.
agreed, but he
No. You can agree. Go get your superior and bring him back there so we can get our friend out of here. He's not under arrest, and he's also you're holding a teenager under duress. I hope you know.
Is Voka Orgoth's now legal guardian?
Maybe.
No, this is just his older brother energy coming out.
The make a persuasion roll.
Oh, I'm so
Oh,
happy Laphus
fuck
doesn't have
yeah.
to deal with this shit.
Let me see. He's actually rolled for your persuasion. Plus
And like
7.
Orgoth seeing Voka in full on like fantasy Karen mode, just like starts picking up like nuts and like, this is good.
25, by the way.
25.
Well, as Voka gets more and more heated, their hair gets more and more Karen.
No, it's more likely to do like the Ghibli like heated thing. It's just like
Like
bristling up.
half of the hair goes away and the other half grows.
No, my boy.
The man says,
Well?
perhaps so you stay here to the other guard. I will go get the captain. And you see the Cerberus Assembly mage. You don't know it's Cerberus Assembly, but Orgoth does. You see Korgal come up. I'll watch them.
And you are?
My name is Korgal, and I've been assigned here to patrol the city. I know this gentleman, and I shall watch him.
Okay, good for you. We didn't do anything, so watch all you want.
Oh, I highly doubt that.
Oh, right. So nice of you to step out from, like, hiding in the background, Korgal. After, your
What?
pretty, like, humiliating defeat in the arena, I'm surprised you'd show your face anywhere.
And then Voka, suddenly it hits you. You've seen this guy in the arena back at Ank'Harel.
Oh my god, did I watch your ass get beat with my little sister?
Oh yeah, no, this was definitely, he was part of the team that the Cerberus Assembly put, and it was, and he looks at him, he's like, it was embarrassing. I mean, you can go ahead and admit it. It was,
It was one of the more decided fights, I must say. So who's really holding who here? Let's be honest.
I just want to know why you're here. Last time I saw you, you were in Ank'Harel.
Right, and then last time I saw you, you were in Ank'Harel, and then people travel and they go places, and you know what? After we took care of the problem in Ank'Harel, oh yeah, and sorry about you not getting any of that super powered, go after your crazy magic abilities powder that you wanted, because making the world a safer place is more important than your personal power schemes. But anyway, we're just taking some time off and traveling, and so we happen to end up coming through here. Like, why are you here?
And the other guard says he was assigned to us by this empire.
Wow, you sound super happy about that. He says to the guard.
The guard's like, mages. The Korgal says, I have been reassigned here following the shakeup at the Cerberus Assembly. However, now that you're here, though, where is Laphus Prismawing?
No idea. She doesn't tend to hang out with us anymore. She's kind of a lone wolf,
No, dead in some dish somewhere. Dead in some stable. Dead in some ocean.
Are you guys still trying to recruit her? Because I'm pretty sure she had told you, what was the exact, fuck no. I think that was it. I'm pretty sure that was the verbiage that got used.
You look over and you see Argenta kind of smiling and enjoying the shit out of all of this right now. Korgal says, it's just my boss back in the Empire would love to have words with her.
Who's your boss now? Like, did a big shakeup happen? Who's still survived? I mean, who's still around?
You don't know her, Ravana.
Didn't we?
I don't know if Laphus ever mentioned the name Ravana to anyone else.
Was she in any of the meetings or anything?
No.
Or is this just something? Okay.
I think the only one who knew really the name Ravana or anything was Wilden.
Yeah. I think when there was that instance at the meeting where it was like kind of like Jaman was there and the service and y'all were there, and somebody brought out a crystal and showed a hologram of Ravana to Laphus.
Okay.
Were you there for was that at that meeting, right? I think at the table.
That might have been like after we kind of broke off. And...
Yeah, but no name was actually spoken.
Okay.
So yeah, you do not know.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, he's like,
yes.
Okay. Well,
a candidate for one of the most powerful members of the Cerberus Assembly has taken me but I must prove.
Go ahead. I'm
myself.
sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your monologue. Please go ahead. Give me your backstory, Korgal. I'm in. I'm invested.
You know her whereabouts. You are her friend.
Oh, no. I can guarantee you I am not Lapis Prismawing's friend.
Acquaintance, whatever.
She has made that very clear. And if she was my friend, I don't think I would be telling you where she was. So, sorry. Not sorry.
You see him cast a spell. And he's counting on his fingers. He goes, my mistress, I believe that.
Attack.
Okay, oh
Before he
God.
gets another fucking word out, I am gonna punch him in the face.
Okay, roll initiative.
Voka like swings back.
There is no way this dude is sending a message to his boss on my watch. Roll initiative.
Oh God, natural 20.
that-
Okay.
Voka's like hands up out of this.
Yeah,
I have
Voka's
I have a
nah.
22 total.
Okay. I have to
I
actually
don't know what
pull
his-
up some stats. Give me a second.
Voka's done with this. I'm pretty sure Orgoth attacking somebody for no like actual reason. It's gonna get the guards in there too to be like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
Voka sits down on the cushion offered to him and picks up a cup.
It's like if he wasn't in trouble before, he's definitely in trouble now.
While this is going on, Argenta like puts out a hand to you, Voka, and says, "My name's Argenta. Would you like some artisanal bread and
Yeah,
elven?"
Yeah, sure. I'll
Are
never
you
say no.
young Orgoth's friend?
Yeah, I'd say so. This is really good.
The
Is this an ability check, Ron?
This is
what is initiative?
Initiative is an ability check. It counts as an ability check.
As he he rolls and he's like obviously like he's in a flow or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna yell out like super loud as I'm getting up. I'm like going like, "Oh God, he's gonna attack the old lady!" And that's Silvery Barbs. So if he could re-roll his initiative roll, that would be great.
Okay. Because it would have been a 23 total for him.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'll re-roll. That's a yell, and knowing where you are on the map down the street, Laphus, make a perception check. Because it's the middle of the night and it's gotten quiet. So.
Oh yeah, she doesn't care. That was a low roll. She wouldn't have been able to hear it.
Yeah, you hear something yelling drunkenly off in the distance. So.
Probably more drunks.
Yeah, that is a 19 now.
Okay. Well, now, then I have initiative, and I'll give myself advantage.
Okay.
Thanks, Silvery Barbs. Thanks, Bard. Thanks, Wilvin.
Orgoth, your turn.
So yes, having now cried out like, "Oh God, he's going to attack the old lady," Orgoth's gonna like fly across, and gonna
right before the guard can even react. It's like you're moving so fast.
Yeah. Like he comes across and no weapon, like, but I'm quote unquote no weapon, but I'm coming in with my fists.
Mm-hmm.
So I have advantage on the first attack. And I'll. Yeah, that's fine. That is a 23.
That will definitely hit.
So that is I think 8. 5 plus. So that's where's my fisty damage? So that is 10 points of bludgeoning.
Okay.
7 points of radiant.
Okay.
For my second attack. Oh, and he's standing up, right?
Yeah. I was
Okay,
expecting
then
this. Yeah.
I'll use a superiority die and make it a tripping attack because I'm trying coming up and like boom.
Okay.
To knock him to the ground if I can. So he needs to make a DC 16 strength saving throw.
This is a -1 to the roll. 14.
All right, so he's prone.
Okay.
And now I'm just on top of him,
Mm-hmm.
attacking with advantage because it's melee, which we always like. The second punch is a 27 to hit, something like that.
Yeah.
Enough. Oh, more than that. No, 27. That's right. Okay, so that is another 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, that's up to 30. Okay.
Just seeing. Is he holding anything when he was casting that?
I mean,
or was he just
he was holding spell components wherever message is. Not message, sending.
is there any benefit to me knocking them out of his hand? Does it stop the spell? Are they already consumed? I don't really know.
I'm looking now.
It has a short piece of fine copper wire. He cast it and started speaking, so
Right.
it's actually consumed. So he's not
Okay.
holding anything in his hands. So
Right.
so basically, his like so da oof is the message that got
Right.
sent. So
Right. Okay, so that's the second one. Then I'm going to use my action surge,
okay,
and I'll punch him 2 more times.
okay,
That is a 22. I'm
20.
assuming hits.
Yeah. His AC is 15 with mage armor. So
Okay, that's another 12 bludgeoning.
okay, he's still up.
I really don't want him to get this spell off. Advantage. 23. That
Hits.
hits.
Yep.
Okay, and that is another 11 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And on that one, when he hits with that one, like the final one, he's gonna also use Touch of the Spider Queen.
Okay. You're close.
do
Just
a-
so you know, you're close.
And that does another. There we go. That is another 10 points of poison damage.
How do you want to do this?
Okay, so he's unconscious. I don't
Yes.
kill him.
Okay.
That's very. I like. He's not trying to kill him.
Yes.
Absolutely not. So he's like boom, 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 and then like that pulse of that kind of like greenish, purple energy comes down, and that hits him, and I think it makes him like violently ill,
Okay.
and he just passes out,
Okay.
vomiting.
Okay. He slumps to the ground. The guard gets his turn. I think Orgoth just froze. Are you still there? We might have lost Orgoth. Oh, there he is.
there
Okay.
To Argenta.
Yeah. You froze. You froze for like the last 20 seconds or so.
Oh, I did.
Yeah. We didn't hear what you said.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so he hits him. The poison comes out, right? Because he doesn't kill him.
Mhm.
He's just knocking him out. So the poison, as opposed to like killing him, just makes him like violently ill, and he just like
Got it.
he's
Okay.
just
Yeah, we heard
throwing
that
up.
part. We didn't hear after
Right.
that. Yeah.
Right. So, sorry. Yeah. Then Orgoth like stands up off of him,
Uh-huh.
right, with his hands back, and to show that he's not doing anything else, and he turns around and to Voka and to Argenta, he's like, "Oh my God, he was going to try to kill you. Are you both okay? Who sent this magic assassin?"
My life was in danger. And he looks at
the
the
guard
guard.
holds his sword. Was your name actually said out loud completely? Orgoth, the first.
Nope.
Well, he
Nope.
said the Voka said, "Oh, Orgoth." Org.
Yeah.
You were under arrest for suspicion and attacking a member of the City Watch.
Oh, I don't think so.
I didn't attack the City Watch. I attacked
The
this
Zalazo
guy. I defended myself against the Cerberus Assembly.
The Cerberus Assembly are a trusted member of the Zalazo here. You have a treaty with the Empire to allow them into the city. You
Orgoth,
are
we might
under
have to
arrest.
get out of here. We might have to get out of here.
And he takes a whistle and starts blowing it.
Yep, looks like it's time for us to go. It'll turn like it was very nice to meet you, Argenta.
Orgoth, the Voka's like reaching on the table and he's like a piece of bread and a piece of fruit and he's like putting some in his bag of holding.
Argenta like slowly gets up. It's like, "Put your weapons down," the soldier says. The guard says, and Argenta kind of goes, "Oh," and kind of waves her hand. And suddenly he freezes in his place. The sword kind of shivering in his hand as he can't move.
What about the other guy? Is he saying?
Oh, the other guy left. The other guy left to go get.
I sent him to go get his captain.
Oh, right. Okay, I'm gonna turn around and really quickly and say,
Thank you for everything. May the blessings of Eilistraee be with you always. I will do everything I can to live up to her example.
And she nods. And
You're gonna
reaches
be
in for
alright.
gives you a quick hug and says, "Go, my child.
You're gonna be okay, right, lady?"
I can take care of myself."
Okay. Well.
and as I step over Korgal, I'm just gonna go,
Yeah, sorry for the mess. Really, sorry.
because I just imagine the setting is like, "My lady, I believe I'm," and there's like the rest of his words are vomit sounds, which is a fantastic message to
Yeah. So what do you do?
get.
The whistle, you do hear
When I'm like
people.
going,
He didn't get the whistle
Where's
off.
North and Laphus? We got to get the hell out of here, Voka. Where are they?
So Laphus is does Voka know where Laphus is?
She said that she was back at the stable because I think she said that she was watching after the horses. I don't know if she said stable. She definitely said watching after the horses. So
I said I was watching after the horses, but not after like they left each other. That was like the beginning.
Yeah.
She doesn't know she went back.
Allegedly, she's at somewhere watching the horses. Gods know where she is now. North is arguing with a sword, and trust me, there's no pulling them from that right now. The best thing we can do is find an alleyway and hide. Because we're not. I don't know if we can definitely find Laphus, and North is lost. I don't know.
What I'd like you to do is are. Sorry, Jaiden, you're not there, so this is nothing's okay. Okay.
I mean, if anything, Laphus would rather not be there because this is not her shit to deal with.
Okay. You are where Orgoth's token is on the map.
Okay.
Where do you go? And what direction are you going? You definitely hear, because he got the whistle off and he kind of got like stopped when he got the whole person going off.
So he's just like,
like what do you mean we can't get North? Like we just pick up North and go arguing with the sword? I don't understand. We go back to the horses. We get the hell out of town. I don't know. We just stopped here for provisions, and then everything went super sideways.
I know. And he looks like around. Is the lighthouse in view?
The lighthouse is to the southeast.
Yeah.
Actually, if you make a ruler, I put the distance into the city.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So,
I was thinking if it's visible from our location.
Yeah. Here, the lighthouse is. Let me get there. Is that I got to be. I'm on the wrong thing.
It's 16.
Yeah. It's 18.
Yeah.
18.
Oh, it's 18.
Yeah, it's
Oh, that's
18.
pretty close.
It's
Yeah.
close. Look, that's a religious place. If we get there sneakily, we just hang out there for the night. We get north. I have a disguise. We can get you a disguise. We
Okay,
All
can
the
so-
leave in the
dwarf
morning.
Can you? Oh wait, yes. So can you get to wherever it is you're thinking of going? Can you get there in like 10 minutes?
Yes, I'd say
Okay,
so.
and can you look, and you can look different, right? But not. I think when they were describing a really tall, attractive, redheaded lady, that was maybe.
That was-
Yeah. So can you be like somebody else? And
Yes.
then and he's like, okay, so, and Orgoth like reaches in, pulls out the portable hole, and he's like throws it down. He's like, I'm gonna jump in my hole. Pick it up and take it with you, and then get me there. You got 10 minutes before I run out of air. And Orgoth jumps in the hole.
And he turns. He's gonna like turn on Mush's face, and he's gonna become John Farnaby between.
Okay. I'd
Which
like
is-
you to make, because you're running, and there's guards like not everywhere, but there are like patrols.
I'm going to use pass without trace.
Okay. First off, before you get that off, make a stealth check as you're hiding, basically, so you can do this somewhere private, and then you can kind of like blend into disappear.
Yes. John Farby will appear with. That's an 8 with disadvantage. Does a 15 do it?
The 15 does do it. Yeah.
Okay. He's gonna bolt off.
Okay. Which direction?
South.
You going to the inn?
No, I'm going to the lighthouse because I know it's a place of that. This the late. In my opinion, this is the place they would least check first.
Okay.
Because Voka doesn't have any outward symbols of the Wild Mother.
Got it.
However, they probably would check an inn
Okay.
because it's under their name.
Okay. You know what's funny about this is that, like, when Jaime comes back and I do a one shot for her, it's like arguing with the sword, and suddenly all hell breaks loose, and it's like she has to
Yeah.
escape somehow too.
Oh no! Now that I realize it too, because Orgoth was Orgoth in quotations was next to North. That means that Jaime is now implicit in whatever
Mhm.
deal is going on here.
Yep. This is fun. Okay.
It was supposed to be a joke.
Oh man, North is gonna get so mad at you guys.
Yeah, her description is out there. So the you head to you hear lots and lots of whistles and shouts coming from the northwest. Laphus, something's happening outside. You hear like there's whistles and shouts coming from east of you down the street. It's like kind of disturbing your reading a little bit actually. But
I mean, it's not really. It's disturbing my reading, yes, but they're not doing anything to me. I'm staying in the stables.
your horse looks down at you, kind of nods happily.
She gives it a nod back and just goes back to relaxing. They only have how many hours left until sunrise?
Well, it's really late in the evening, so it's like maybe like 4 a.m. It's like really close to sunrise. A couple hours.
Yeah, they should all be ready to leave by then. We're good.
Okay. So Voka, you see you make an athletics check. Are you running, or are you just sort
Yeah,
of like...
he's booking it.
Booking it.
Basically, Orgoth says, I have 10 minutes of air. He's not playing with that.
Okay.
He saw the guy down in the other portable hole who was dead. He's athletics plus 0,
Yeah.
19.
It's a good thing you didn't get those portable holes mixed up too with Norse. You make it dodging down alleyways. You hear like a shout coming from to the south of you, and somebody seems to be approaching a cross alleyway. What do you do? Like they're on the main street, you're in the alleyway. You're kind of like going to be like coming past the opening to the...
He's gonna take the form of the animal tamer, which is a small rat folk woman.
Okay.
and she's gonna like dive behind some trash.
Okay. Make a stealth roll for me.
Oh man, I have disadvantage on stealth. That was a natural 20.
Oh
But
no.
16 will have to suffice.
But you have a pass without trace, so that's plus 10.
Oh yeah, so it's plus 10, so it's
Yeah.
23.
Okay. Yeah, they do not see you. They like run past, run past. They've got swords drawn. And you actually see behind them a red-robed gentleman, an older man, kind of following that you don't recognize. He's balding, and he's kind of chasing after the two guards.
Okay. And he'll, as soon as he's like past it, he'll turn back to his other form of his nondescript man.
Okay.
With who has longer running legs.
Okay, and you're running, and you make it to the plaza where the lighthouse is. Actually, let me look at. Sorry, it is 16. It is 16. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
Yeah, because that's where I don't know what 18 is actually. The key's in the upper left-hand corner. But you make it down to. Right, you see the trees, and it's getting close to the end of the 10 minutes. Orgoth, I'd like you to make a Constitution saving throw as you're starting to run out of air.
Alrighty. Oh, that's it's the wrong die.
1
That
mile.
can't be very
1 mile.
helpful. Yeah, 1 mile. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Let it Constitution saving throw. That is a. What am I looking for? Why am I not saying? Oh, there we go. That's a 22.
Okay.
Sorry, I couldn't find my plus on my.
Okay, you're fine. You're fine. You're starting. The air is starting to get stale. Voka, you see the trees at the lighthouse. Like you're about maybe 200 feet away.
Just a bit more. And he's so tired.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
he keeps booking it.
I'm actually gonna have you make a Constitution saving throw because this is a straight. You just booked it for a mile.
You'll never guess what I rolled.
What? Natural 20?
Natural 1.
Natural
No,
1.
other way.
Oh!
You take 1 level of exhaustion.
Where's my notepad?
Okay.
Oh no, I just realized too, it's 4 a.m. They haven't slept yet.
No, they have not. And you see the lighthouse glowing over the waters. So many ships off in the harbor. The like ping, ping, ping of bells in the distance.
And he's gonna book it into the main chamber with the tree.
Okay. So you get to the lighthouse and you head upstairs, like the main chamber with the tree.
Well, you said there was like a main kind of like area, like prayer area.
It's like
with
it's a statue. It's like a big
Yeah.
pedestal, and there's like as you go up the stairs, there's a landing that looks out over the bay, and it has like the vines coming up out of the like vegetation coming out of the stone.
Okay.
It kind of wraps
Yeah.
around. So that's what. So you're on the
Yeah.
landing right now. Yes. Okay.
Mhm.
Yes.
And he's gonna throw down the hole.
Okay. And suddenly fresh air comes in.
Okay. Orgoth like climbs up out of the hole. Because he has a ladder in there, so he like puts the ladder up and climbs up. So because it's 10 feet.
You see Voka. You see Voka.
Oh, he's nondescript white, nondescript white
Yeah.
man, John Farby.
Right.
So you don't recognize this man.
Right. Voka.
You see him like he like wipes his face and he's like reforming stuff. He like pulls down his jaw and it's him. Hey.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. I'll. So the service assembly, and he like goes into like the quick explanation that service assembly bad guys tried to get Laphus to be a bad person. Like he's gonna give him the Orgoth like short version of the first 85 episodes of the campaign. But specifically around Ank'Harel, right? And the fact that they were trying to take the power from the red crystals and all that. And
Voka,
like
make a history
he
check.
was like he
History check.
and
Ooh.
tries to very quickly connect the dots for Voka, like to
Mhm.
kind of explain why he did what he did. It's like,
History.
I think he was gonna
6.
call Ravana, or maybe bring in some more service assembly, and that would have gone really bad. And I didn't want anything to happen to you or to happen to Argenta. And so I just that's why I did what I did.
19.
19. You remember seeing people in the VIP booth at the arena in Ank'Harel, and they were wearing robes similar to what the person who Orgoth attacked was wearing.
On the way here, I saw a kind of balding man wearing a red robe, so there's definitely more than one of them here.
Yeah, that's probably not good. Did you guys kill somebody?
What? No,
They were
no.
saying that you guys killed somebody, and they were saying that, and then some short guy that smelled like fish was saying I was there, which is obviously not true.
And he looks guilty.
No insight check needed.
So, you're not gonna be mad, are you? If this is my fault a little bit.
No. I don't know. Did you kill somebody as me?
No,
That's
no,
not cool.
no, that's not it. Listen, no. Laphus was being harassed by two guys, and I myself am not very intimidating, but you are, and you weren't around, and so in right in front of him, Orgoth, he turns into you, and he says,
Okay.
well, then I did my best Orgoth impression.
At that moment, because I rolled a couple of rolls a second ago, you see over the bay a red-robed mage flying. And he looks and sees 2 Orgoths. I'd like you all to roll initiative.
Come on.
Orgoth learned how to use mirror image.
21.
21. Okay. What'd you get, Voka?
11.
11. I rolled a 5 for the mage. Orgoth, what do you do?
How far away is he?
He is about, I'm going to say 150 feet. Like, he flew out, like, to the west of you, and he currently, actually, let me pull up a little token.
150
Sorry.
feet out over the water.
Over the water. Yeah.
150, you said?
Yeah.
I'm not doing.
But he's flying towards us, right?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna. I've got this pulled up. So here's a guy. Like he's
He's a guy.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. He's just kind of right like there. So. So what do you do? Yeah, don't worry about this. Is kind of like he's 150 feet away,
I don't have anything that can reach 150 feet. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to hold an action until he is 60 feet away from me.
Okay.
And that action is to throw is to attack with my boomerangs.
Okay.
I was gonna wait until he is within 120 feet because that's the range of guiding bolt.
Okay. I have to look up the range of his spell. Give me a second. I'm loving it. No, give me 2 seconds. Sorry. The range of the spell is okay. He gets within 120 feet. So what do you do, Voka? What's the held action? Guiding bolt?
Guiding bolt at 6th level.
Okay.
Yeah, my 6th level guiding bolt.
Let's do it.
And I'm using a different. I'm gonna bless this dice.
Okay.
Shake. Oh fuck yeah! Just to make up for that natural one earlier,
Mhm.
it's gonna be 15 plus 8, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22,
3.
23.
23 points of damage.
Oh no, that's the hit.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Mages do not have the best AC ever.
I know. I just figured that
Yeah.
would make sense. Like yeah, I had to roll the hit anyway.
Rolled it. Yeah. So what? How much damage for 6th level?
Roll. It is 96. Well, I'm gonna roll these 3 at a time because I don't feel like pulling out that many dice. So I'm pull out a calculator. And shake. Oh fuck yeah. 10, 14 with
Added.
5, 7, 8, 10 plus 10. And the last set. Give me some 6s in here. Oh fuck yeah. So it's gonna be 5 plus 5 plus 6 plus 4. That's gonna be 39 points of radiant damage.
Okay. Okay. He's at 1 hit point. And he's glowing like he's been lit up with radiant energy. And you like zap him, and he just immediately turns around and goes the rest of his move away.
Is he concentrating on a fly spell by any chance?
Actually, no, he's not.
Okay,
But-
I don't know if you had to
yeah.
make a concentration check or
Oh.
not. That's Orgoth's like that's what he knows about when things are flying. Is you hit
Yeah.
him with something and maybe they fall.
He's not. You can't really
Okay,
tell
okay.
why he's like what's happening,
Sure.
but yeah.
Okay.
He's not concentrating. So, but good. Thank you for calling that out. But he basically goes the rest of his movement away. It is Orgoth's turn. So he's currently back. I think he's at 130 feet. 130 feet now. Yes.
We should move. And he's himself again. Oh, he's frozen.
He's frozen.
No.
Bill, come back. I thought he was thinking that whole time. He was like, Bill, come back. It's Bill's turn. Oh, we lost him.
Oh
No.
Oh
no.
no. Da, 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 da. Okay, so all I want him to do is just have him fly away, and he disappears. He like flies up and away, and then back over the city, so they're like out of your sight and everything. So we'll go to combat.
Yeah, he does. Should we wait till Bill's back?
Well, we're streaming right now, so
Oh, that's true. Well, Voka's first thing would be to get the fuck out.
actually, I can go. Okay, you're gonna get out. Let me go to Laphus. Let me go to the stables.
That's true. Thank you.
Okay. You
Yeah.
hear a knocking at the stable doors.
She's done with the knock. She's done with Harry. She's not even going to entertain like she did with that one goblin fellow.
Right. I think we got Bill back, but the knocking continues. So what do you do?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Like I said, she has finished entertaining whatever it could be.
Go see if you can go find the keys from the owner. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They might be hiding in here. Make sure the gates are closed. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hi.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, wonder
this
what
is dire.
happened.
I don't know. He's not. I think he tried to call or something, and like use his phone. Let me check the Discord real quick. He hasn't typed anything. Okay, so The knocking continues, and you're not responding. Okay.
I mean, she doesn't know what's happening. She's in a state of I just want a day without anything happening.
About 5 minutes later, you hear this like somebody cussing up a storm, and they are like, "I'll just give me a second. I'll see if anybody's in there." Oh, give me a second. Okay, let me get the people's in the right hole. So,
Echoing.
oh, it's
echoing.
echoing. Give me a second. Mute. Okay, has that better?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. So I need to go. Jamie's there. That's everybody. Okay, we're back in right place. Excellent. So you hear somebody jingling keys, and they're like opening up the stable doors, and you hear about 3 or 4 people come in. Search the stalls. Make sure they're not hiding in here. And the horse is getting all uncomfortable.
She's gonna give poor horse like kind of a pet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause are all of their horses specifically in one stable, or are they separate stables?
This is just sort of like your horses,
Yeah, like our group's horses.
your group's horses. I think they're split between here and there's some horse outside where like carts and things, like bigger vehicles would be parked out there, and so there's like you're probably the horses that brought pulled the cart are out there outside.
Okay. I just didn't know if they were all like together or anything like that.
Yeah. So we didn't really decide that, but we can make it decide now if you want. But the cart would have been outside if you didn't have any like cargo or anything. We'd leave it outside the city. But you definitely hear the sound of like chain as like gates are being closed. And people like are looking over the stable, and they get to your door, and somebody like hops up and looks. We've got somebody here. Who are you?
What does it matter? I'm trying to read.
Doesn't she look like the description of the woman who was with the suspects? What's your name?
Please don't tell me you're with those people who are harassing me.
Make a persuasion roll. I'm not saying deception because this is kind of like
they were harassing her.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Where is my... Damn it. Hold on. There it is. Perception. Perception or persuasion?
Persuasion, sorry. I'm doing about 4 things at once right now. 17. They say, ma'am, do you think that you could come with us to a guard station? We need to get your side of things of what happened. We heard about the man who was killed with the alien coming out of his chest. But
wait, that's a thing that happened?
There's a whole mess. Apparently, somebody got their money stolen, and then one of the persons who reported the crime was killed by some sort of creature bursting out of his chest.
But they didn't tell you that the 2 people they smelled really, really bad, apparently. They were harassing me drunkwardly, trying to get into my knickers, I guess.
They did not say that, but if they were harassing you, that is another law that can be broken here. But we just need to get your side of the story, if you don't mind coming with us.
Is it gonna take long?
It will not take long.
Really in a good part.
It will not take long, especially if you have somebody who can corroborate your story.
I don't think I do. I hang out mostly alone, especially today. Unless I was with these guys, and she like pets her horse.
Yeah. The horse kind of whinnies. We can just go right next to the guard tower outside of the stables. We can talk there. Come with us.
That's fine. Just would it be all right if it's just me and whoever actually needs to be there because I'm tired of talking to people, especially strangers.
We can get the captain to talk to you. And also, give me a second. We'll have the captain talk to you, and we'll set a guard outside to make sure you aren't disturbed.
That works. She puts a little bookmark where she last left off,
Okay.
closes the book, and instead of taking it with her, she puts it right next to her horse.
Mm-hmm.
Like more of like a I'll be right back.
Okay. I think Bill froze again.
No.
No.
No, I'm
He was.
I'm all right.
This was the same pose.
I was
that
very
you-
intently
Mm.
reading something, so I was pondering. Yeah,
Okay,
I
okay.
don't know, my internet has been garbage the last like
Okay.
24 hours, so I apologize for the drop.
Laphus, they take you to the guard station right next to the stable by the gate, which is now closed and has a bar down in front of it. Also, and they take you to like a room that's like it has an exterior door, and they just put you in it. And so the captain will be right here. Just wait one moment. Back to Orgoth and Voka. The mage flew away. Mage basically got spooked and flew away over the city out of sight.
Oh, this is all my fault. I'm sorry. It wasn't supposed to be this big of a deal.
Okay, well, we can't stay here because now they know we're here.
Well, I know. I don't know where else to go. This is like my one place I thought was safe. There was a lady here. It was very nice, and she also gave me tea.
Oh, okay, maybe that's a thing. Okay, anyway, we got to find a place to go and hide because we can't stay here, and we probably can't go back to the inn because they will look for us there.
Oh, we're losing Bill again. Laphus.
Mhm.
The door opens and this man, Zalazo, tall,
Come
skinny.
on, am I frozen again? Did I freeze again?
You
What
did
the hell,
freeze
man?
again. Yeah, it was like staticky and you
Ah.
were frozen. So yeah.
Sorry. All right. So yeah, my internet connection is unstable. Really?
I had no idea.
So I'm going.
Oh no, we're
Oh,
losing
no.
him. We're losing him.
This is a bad day for everyone.
Okay. Somebody message Bill, and I want to go to Laphus real quick. The man comes in. He's skinny, but he looks like he's important. He has the others also have like these easy to move in clothing, scimitars. This man has like the same outfit, but like a red cloak over one shoulder. Comes in. He's got a very stern look on his face. It's like, sorry to disturb you. Strange that you were sleeping with the stable, but
Oh, it's
to each
also strange.
to
I
each their own.
prefer-
To each their own.
Yeah, I prefer the company of animals more so than people, especially nowadays.
Of course, of course. What is your name? And he pulls out a pad and starts writing stuff down.
Lapis is my name.
Laphus, do you have a last name?
Prismawing.
He writes it down. I'm letting Bill back into the room. Okay. And
I just use my phone.
okay.
Forget it.
He lets. I'm with Laphus right now.
Okay.
He Lapis Prismawing. What is your purpose for being in the city? You're not from here, I'm assuming.
No, I was mostly traveling with a couple of people, but I don't know where they are. I don't deal with their shit. But we were only supposed to be here for a night because they were tired of, I don't know, I guess roughing it.
So, do you know these two gentlemen? And he describes the tall and the short sailors that were accosting you.
Yeah, they were harassing me, probably harassing other ladies. They wanted to get into bed of those sorts.
Oh, can't trust sailors nowadays. Sorry about that. A blight upon this fine city.
That's all right. I don't suspect all sailors I like this, but I also don't suspect, most are good
Always
people.
of course, always be careful. Can you describe the events of what happened? They say that the taller sailor lost his money pouch.
I don't
while
know
you were
anything
there.
about that. As soon as they immediately stopped paying attention to me, I walked away.
He nods. Can anybody corroborate this?
Unsure.
He says, "Do you know anything about the murders?
There's murders.
The death, unfortunate death. And he holds up a picture, a quickly drawn picture of a slod tadpole impaled on an arrow. It looks like this. It's burst out of a man's chest.
That doesn't seem usual. Is that normal around here?
It happened in the same place, and these suspects, and he describes Orgoth and North, and Voka's red dressed persona.
So did they do
We're trying to find out what happened. We're trying to track down. We've had 4 or 5 people, nobles usually. This is the first sailors we've had die of this affliction, of this infection, I guess. We're trying to find out anybody who give us any information on what happened. Were you around when this happened?
I mean, I saw him like kind of crunching up and something came out, but I walked away from it. I usually don't deal with these things.
You hear a knock on the door, and he says, "Excuse me, I'll be right back," and he leaves. Back to Bill and Voka for a second, Orgoth and Voka for a second. The mage flies away. What are you going to do from there?
Voka's like freaking out a little bit, and he's like, "This is all my fault. I did. You're supposed to be harmless. I didn't think it would cause too many problems. I wouldn't have done it if I knew anyone would be arrested."
Okay, so look, here's the thing. We can't stay here. Because now they know we're here. We gotta go find somebody else. We can't go back to the hotel. We got the tavern. We gotta get north, get Laphus, get out of here. Because the more servers and family show up, the worse it's gonna get. And Orgoth will grab the sending stone because we get three charges, 3 spends.
Yes.
And he's gonna ping Laphus again.
Okay.
And be like, Cargal says Ravana is his boss, tried to call her. I stopped him. Big fight. Angry mages need to go.
You get that message?
And all Orgoth hears is, "What the fuck did you guys do?"
And suddenly the door opens, Laphus, and Korgal, the service assembly mage, walks in, vomit just down his entire front of his robe.
You look like you've seen better days.
And that's where we're going to stop for the week.
It could have all been avoided if Orgoth just went over, explained his side of things.
Post-credit scene of Voka in the background stomping his foot, sending going out to Northside being like, "Stop talking to the damn sword! Stop talking to the damn sword!"
Oh, Jaime's gonna be like, "What did you do?" So I guess Voka is the custodian of teenager Orgoth now. So
Yeah, doesn't know. He has older brother instincts. They're baked in. They came with the character.
Well,
it all just seemed too suspicious. 4 guards claiming I killed somebody. We got Korgal lurking around in the background. That didn't seem good.
Exactly.
Oh, well, hopefully we'll have better internet. Sorry about that, Bill.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't know. It started last night. We're like, and I've got like fiber
The
that runs to the
storms.
house. There should
s-
never be a problem.
Yeah.
Literally
yeah,
have 5 gigs up and down. So when it just like goes out, it's
yeah,
very confusing.
yeah. I'm so sorry, man.
Me too.
Well, let's go around and do our wrap up.
Hey everybody, this is Bill. I've been inadvertently causing a lot of problems, but I swear it's not my fault, Voka, that I was put in that situation. You can find me on the internet at Bill Freakin' Roper, kind of wherever I am. Mostly hanging out on the Discords, though. So please join us at the Severed Studios Discord, where we talk about all kinds of amazingly cool and fun stuff and share pictures and artwork and photos and food and Shrek and all kinds of weird things and lots of gaming. And we invite you to be a part of our community. It is easily one of, if not the best stops of my day every day to hang out at this Severed Studios Discord, because it's just a lot of people that are incredibly welcoming and cool. So please join us there. If you also would like to go someplace welcoming with fun folks.
Link is in our bio.
This is Jaiden. I was playing Laphus, who really just I have no idea why she's even hanging out with these guys anymore. It seems like they're bringing her more trouble than anything else. At this point, she might just leave. She might just leave them behind. Um, but yeah, here I am. I'm wearing my Severed Studios shirt. I'm wearing my Kirby pajama bottoms, and I'm just being very comfortable right now. And you
Yeah.
guys should be too. If you guys can have a day where you just relax.
Have a pajama day.
Yeah, have a pajama day. You don't have to do damn shit.
Hi, my name's Mira, and I've been playing Voka. And you can find me at Cube Mangoes, most places on the internet. I have a blue sky. You should go see me there. I've been drawing a lot of lesbians lately. That's really all I gotta say. Bye.
What are you talking about? You got to tell them that it's your fault that all this happened with your pranks.
Oh yeah, it was my fault, but also I've been drawing a lot of lesbians lately. But yeah, it's my fault.
And my name is Ron Murphy. You can find me on the socials at Ron88Keys. Please follow us on Blue Sky, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all the things at Silver Studios, and please give us a follow here on Twitch. Few and far between is a production of Severed Studios. Please check out our other shows like Severed Sons and other side quests on Twitch, YouTube, and everywhere we get your podcasts. Links are in the bio and in our show notes. May your problems be few and far between. See you next week. Bye.
Bye bye.